What's going on, baby boy, baby girl? Welcome back. Glad you made it. It's Friday, dude, lady. It's September 24th, 2021. Here we are kicking it off. It's the weekend. Once again, it's another Friday. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. I'm a little bit, not gonna lie to you guys. Boys had a busy week. Been doing a little bit of running here. Not actually running, but I'm actually thinking about running. We're getting there, but doing a lot of activities, trying to keep busy. But it's getting colder too, dude. It's dropped. Temperature's dropped. Sitting at like 13 degrees outside. So, dress accordingly. Dress accordingly. That's the thing. We go in Canada and Toronto here, we go from fall to winter in like 2 weeks, dude. Parka's out in no time. Hope you're all doing well. It's the end of the week. We're getting there, baby boy, baby girl. I've been thinking a little bit, It's September's almost done and over with, man. It's another week and it's October. And it's going to be sober October, but I've been taking precautionary measures. I've just been taking a few steps, thinking ahead what I'm going to be doing in the next month, just to motivate myself a little bit and keep me going with, we're going to be laying off all sorts of substances. Many substances. Not too many substances around here, of course, but we're gonna go sober for a month, see what happens, talk about it. But that's the thing, man. I'm like, you know what, I might want to go out for a couple of jogs out there, maybe just a couple of jogs, maybe a few jogs during the week. It's a 4-week month, like many months. We're gonna be doing a little bit of walking around. I figured, let's motivate ourselves. Let's get a little bit of friction on the ground. Let's put a little bit of pep in that step. I went on to the Amazons, dude. Once again, I'm in the jungle, searching for stuff, scavenger, Oh, what do we have here? You gotta go through with it. You gotta start chopping trees down with a machete. Oh, beautiful. That's for me. Right underneath that tree root, just buried deep down inside the Amazon is whatever it is that you want. It's in that jungle, dude. That's what it is. So I'm like, you know what? If I'm gonna go out for a run, I'm not gonna be some chump that's gonna be carrying his phone in his hand, dude. And I'm not gonna put it in my pockets because it's gonna be flapping as the phones are flappy, dude. And that's the thing. I don't like that flappiness. When it's like flapping back and forth in your pocket, it doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right. Sometimes you hit yourself in the nads, and then you're like, you start sweating, and everybody's looking at you. You're sweating. You're crying a little bit. You're like, man. This really hurts on the outside. People are like, man, that guy's really dedicated to the run. And that's what it is. But sometimes I'll do that on purpose, dude. I'll just flick myself. I'll just give it a flicking in the nut. Just flick yourself, start sweating, and people are like, man, this guy's really into his fitness. And that's what it is. But I'm like, you know what? I'm past that age of the flicking. I'm past the age of bodily harm, all that good. I'm too soft at this point, dude. We're easing into, we're getting softer by the day. We're getting softer. That's what it is. Just like making priorities. What's important out there? Health is important. Give yourself a little break for whatever it is that you're doing. Give it a break, and then we'll come back stronger, dude. That's the thing. Sometimes I'll be thinking, that's great. October we'll take a nice, neat little break. Come November, we're gonna come back harder, dude. We're gonna get litty. We're gonna get even littier, because that's what it is. The system will be flushed out. We're basically doing like a clonic for the system, right? Not actually, but overall, just mental, physical, spiritual, everything. And we're doing that climb. We're flushing things out, putting things back in. But I had to think ahead. Don't want that phone to be flapping in the pocket. What do I gotta do? So I've been looking around, like, what do other people who go out there for the jogs, the jogging and the running, what do they do? They got those armbands, dude. They got those magical armbands. So I went online to the Amazons, ordered myself a sweet little armband, and here it is, foreign made. I don't know how to pronounce it, dude. You definitely know it's foreign made because it doesn't make any sense. And I looked it up. I'm like, is this a word that I don't know? GMAC or GMesh. Who knows what it is? But it's fantastic. It's got a little flap. You can just like slide your phone in there, and then you can become a captain, dude. Let me put this on. Let me show you how easy it is to put this on, dude. No problem. This is super easy. You should have no difficulty putting this on whatsoever. Super fucking easy, dude. It's like literally a child could put this on. A sophisticated, smart, you know, one of those fucking high IQ kids could put this on with no problem. No problem, dude. Super easy. It's got, the flap is actually, it's nice that it's super short. I like it like that, you know. Could they have invested a little bit more in some material, some fabric? Maybe, but we're saving the planet and it's super easy to use this. Bear with me a few seconds. Just a quick GIF, right? Quick GIF, dude. No sweat. We got it. Look at that. You just gotta make one of your arms go limp, dude. Just try to relax. Okay. Just try to relax. It's literally one of the easiest things out there. And you get yourself a G-Mash, dude. Look at this. Look at this. Fuck. Okay, you know what? This is not... Maybe I should have practiced before. Maybe I should have practiced before doing this on air, dude. Okay, you know what? Super easy. Super easy. They've made... Look at this. My mistake. That's my mistake. You've made it for different sized arms, and your boy's got the guns, right? That's the thing. If you got big, huge, massive arms, if you've been juicing, and you got 72 inches on you. You got an 84-inch arm on you. Dude, one arm's just like, and this is the thing. Sometimes you're like, fuck it. I got one big arm, one small arm. This is fantastic for you because it's got two little. You know, they've created somebody using their little hands. Cut two little slips out there so you can just like easily, very easily, just slide it in there. But that's the thing, they made two so that if you've got that bigger arm, and we're gonna use that little, we're just gonna use that little, super easy, dude, no problem. It's literally, if this, it's, you know what it is? It's just takes some getting used to. You know what? I'm just gonna strap it outside and we'll slide the arm in. All right, we'll just slide the arm in. It's much easier like that. Much easier like that. Look at this. Fantastic. Oh, look at that. Slid right on my arm. It's like, it was like, it fits like a glove of sorts. Fits like a glove almost. Fits like a glove. And the beauty of it is that, you know, you also feel like, I'm tired of raising my arm, dude. I'm tired of going like this. I just want to talk into the phone like, what's up? You know, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. This is so 2020. This is so 2020, dude. Looking at your phone on this, fucking 2020. I'm over it, dude. I'm over it. And this camera's moving again. Ugh, stay still. But super easy. Look at this. So, meeting, sell it. Sell it. Dissolve the company. No, dissolve it. File for, no. File for bankruptcy, super easy. Bankruptcy, super easy. You know? But like, another benefit of this, let's say you wanted to, now you can run with your phone. Now you can run with your phone, make, you know? Aren't you tired of like going all the way up like this, dude? Look at this, super easy. Barely, you don't even just tilt your head. Have a little stroke, tilt your head, dude. If you got a stroke, these are made for you. And if these are made for you, haven't had a stroke, you're having to cause yourself a stroke, dude. Get a little bit stressed, sweet little stroke, hang there, phone right next to your mouth. Boom, done. What else can you do with it? Well, you can, I'm ready to give blood right now, I'll tell you that. The blood's been cut off, dude. My arm, ready to give blood. Because it's tight like that. It'll keep it tight. It'll keep it tight and it's extra protection. Next thing you know, and like the phones right now, the phones are, we're like, let's put it inside the body. I say keep it out for now. Add a couple of, add a laser to it. Add a laser to it, dog. Lasers, that's the future. Futures, lasers, futures. evaporate, disappear, zap. What's that? Terrorists and tourists, zap, gone. You don't like either of them. I know. It's like, but you know, solving problems. Laser that shit right there, right there. I'm beginning to lose sensation in my left arm. It's a little bit tight, not gonna lie to you guys. It's a little bit, you know what? My bad. I'm wearing it over layers. You gotta go underneath, make it tight on the skin. You gotta go right on the skin, skin to skin. Fantastic, dude. Gmosh, Gmok, Jameshi, Gemshe. This brand, fantastic, dude. And I would recommend it 9 out of 10 times. If you want to sponsor the show, you want to slide into Patreon, Jamesh, do it now. Do it now. Sponsor it. Go for it. That's what it is. Fantastic. So in October, that's what I'm ready, dude. We're gonna go on those long walks. We're gonna put on our parka. We're gonna wear long johns. We're gonna wear long johns. We're gonna wear underwear. We're gonna wear long johns on top of that. We're gonna wear regular pants on top of that. We're gonna wear boots, and then we're gonna get strapped, baby. You think we're gonna go into the streets not strapped? You think we're gonna not go into the streets strapped? It's strapping season, baby. Strap on, strap off. That's what it is. I'm ready. Where are you guys at? Work on yourselves every day. That's what it is. That's what we do around here. It's like constant. It's like that's what we do as Canadians. Constant construction. Just whether it's like the outside or the inside, we're always digging, you know, chiseling away, blowing on things, chiseling away. Put some of that cement. Put cement over it, dude. Cement it. Do a little bit of, you know. Get a spatula in there. Really work the dough. We do it all. We work on ourselves. We build a city. The city is built by the people who work on themselves and each other, dude. We'll work on each other. That's what it is. I'm tired of this, dude. I'm tired of this. That's so 2020, dude. That's so lame. I'm over this. I'm over this and also this. No more. No more. No. It's done. We're over it. It's the people have spoken and nobody listens, and that's fantastic. So you know everything's on track. And this is, you know, if I could just like get the buttons just injected into my skin, I'd do it right now, because I'm at that point where I'm like, you know, there's too many passwords to remember. There's so many passwords. What if the password was just inside you, dude? You know what it is? No more lost devices. Who cares? Where's your device? On you. It's called the iPhone. You're the phone. You're now the phone. The iPhone 20, you are the phone. You'll have cameras. You'll have 10 cameras, dude, and it's gonna be fantastic. Been reading different articles, and they're coming after us, because they're like, that's what's coming after us. The tech is always after it. It's either we're after the tech or the tech's after it. It's one of those two. The combo is very tight. Nobody knows which comes first, but it's toe to toe, head to head, neck and neck. It's a tight race. We're getting there, and right now it's beautiful, because everything's wonderful. Everything's moving along. We're getting more segregated by the day, dude. Fantastic, right? The beauty of it is, like, we've never experimented with any sorts of segregation throughout history anywhere in the world. It's never been done before. We don't know. It's probably going to lead to some wonderful things. So more of that. Let's get more segregated. That's the thing. Let's embed some technology in there, because if you want division, you got to get everybody tracked, dude. I don't want to just be mingling. That's the thing too. Before, we've talked about many things. Sometimes we'll go about, you know, how do you carry yourself out there in the world when you're walking around? Have a little bit of class. We talked about that. I'm not talking about like bouginess, but like have a little bit of class when you're doing things. And like we spoke, people heard it, everybody else heard it. Some people took it the wrong way. They're like, you know what, this guy's talking about fantastic ideas, talk about classism. Let's do it. Let's divide it. Let's divide it up into, you know. And now all of a sudden, like, so, you know, I'm feeling like I'm part of the change as well. Because on Patreon we're promoting like tiers, and everybody else is just like, oh, we'll set up tiers. Sometimes tiers are good, dude. You shed a couple, you'll feel fantastic. That's what it is. Every other week at least, I'll shed a couple of tiers. Do 4 tear drops. I got it down to a T, dude. On a nice Saturday evening, bro. Put on a nice movie. Put on a nice drama. It's just about keeping, you know, because that's the thing. You don't want to have too much water weight. Best way to lose weight, through the eye socket. Just through the tear ducts, just oozing out water, losing weight. But we're changing, and that's the thing. I was reading an article, and we want to get to the bottom of things. Literally, we want to get to the bottom of things. They want to know, because this is the thing. You essentially know how healthy. You can tell a lot about a person's health from their digestion, from their, how's the bacteria in your stomach? Because your bacteria in your stomach can affect you. It could do many things. And I'm not a scientist, but that's the thing. Apparently, in the future, and the future's right now. The toilets, all the toilets, and this is probably, you know what this is, dude. This is, we're cross-pollinating many different industries at this point. I've heard that the toilets are gonna get smart and they're gonna have cameras in them, cameras in the toilets, dude. And yeah, cameras in the toilets, and it's gonna be assessing your poop. It's gonna look at your asshole. It's gonna look at everything. It's gonna look at your dangling. It's gonna look at your, that vertical smile, whatever you want to call it. It's gonna look at it all. It's gonna look at it. Okay. It is what it is. It's gonna look at it. It's gonna tell you how you're doing. So you no longer need to. That's the thing. Because that's too many people. There's too many people out there. Way too many people. Not enough doctors. Okay. We don't have doctors. Just like, we can't have too many doctors, bro. That's the thing. It's just easier. What do you rather have? You rather a camera look at your asshole, or you rather a person look at it? Aren't you embarrassed? Aren't you gonna be like having to go to, I don't know if you guys had ever had to like unzip in front of a doctor for whatever reason, all right? For whatever reason, no judgment. Maybe you had a little bit of fun, okay? Whatever it is. Maybe you got yourself into a little bit of a sticky situation. Maybe you're a little bit scared. Maybe you need some things examined. Go get it checked. All right, or maybe not. Maybe it's just a yearly checkup. Maybe it's just a regular yearly checkup. But for whatever reason, you had to, you get naked all the time in front of strangers, no problem. But when it's like a doctor situation, you all of a sudden feel reserved. You feel a little bit like, oh man, feeling a little bit reserved, vulnerable. You're out there because it's just the thing. It's being checked because most of the time you're going about your life, everything's good. Next thing you know, somebody's squeezing, somebody's asking you cough. How does it feel? Fantastic. And you want the results to come as quickly as possible, and you want to just be like, you know what, everything's a-okay. You want to get that good news, but it's a little bit of that apprehension. But now you don't need to worry, dude. Get a camera installed in your toilet. Done deal, dude. Every day. Now we're going to be getting tested for everything every day, dude. It's going to check your consistency. How consistent is this guy's digestive tract? Is it consistent? Are you having a couple of off days, dude? And that's the thing. Sometimes we, through cutting corners and cheating, whatever. Like, are you cheating on a diet? Who are you? You're realistically cheating on yourself. So this is for you. We're gonna check everything. 10% diabetes. This guy. 20%. Tuberculosis. 35%. 35% saturated. It'll tell you everything. And that's just one count. That's the thing. Eventually, we're gonna just it's getting there, which is beautiful. But the segregation, it's just like, we've never done this before. It's never been tested, and we've never had, luckily, if only there was a time in history where some group of people were obsessed over, hygiene and cleanliness. Can't think of it. No. Nobody ever got obsessed with hygiene and cleanliness in history, and we've hadn't had an example of what can happen when you take things a little bit far. So it's great that we're doing whatever it is that we're doing, and I'm very hopeful. But it's great to have talks, right? It's great to have talks, because next thing you know, that's what. Or did we? Did we have a? There are a few people experimenting with it a little bit, right? Am I right? Wrong? Right? Who knows, right? Some people were experimenting with it. It started off with a little bit of let's keep everything clean. Let's we've come out of war. We got the populations down under. We got to raise the population, but you want to bring up a population that's healthy, that's robust. You don't want to. That's the next thing people are, from what I gather, from what I've heard. Again, it's just like but that's the thing. Sometimes we got that mass communal amnesia, right? Sometimes it's been a while. Maybe it's good to go back, watch a few movies, read a couple of books, or not, dude, or not. Just perpetuate it. Let's go further into the division. Let's get it in there. Let's make it permanent. Before, let's make it permanent. Let's double down. Let's make it permanent. And the benefits far outweigh the negatives, proven in history. Proven in history, it works out just fine, right? But that's where we're at right now. And, in Canada, so that's the thing, the government's coming in there. We've lost a little bit of like bodily autonomy, dude. What's a little bit of bodily autonomy? Who cares? Who cares about a little bit of bodily autonomy, dude? What you do with your body, who cares? What you can do, where you can go, where you can't go, what you have access to, what the government decides or deems as essential or non-essential. Some of you are just a little bit, you're not that essential, is what they're saying. Some of you guys are just not that essential. Some of you guys have to, some of you guys don't deserve, they're looking at it and they're for the greater good. They're like, you know what, informed consent, out the window, just too many things to remember. Who reads books? Who looks at history? Who looks at patterns? Yeah, get away from me. Let's do things. Let's get it going. Because that's the thing, you want a robust society, and that's the thing, we want to be helping everybody. Immigration's been on the rise up until Schmovid, right? That was the track, that was the trend. Everybody was like, you know what, my place is a little bit, I'm gonna leave, dip, go off to a new land, further out in the west, somewhere in the west, right? You aim for the moon, hope to land on the stars. You aim for the Americas, you end up somewhere within, somewhere a little bit further west. Doesn't matter. One step at a time. But that was then all of a sudden, us, because there's core nations, there's periphery nations, there's all that, and that's the thing. You want to just like, hey, we don't have enough space. We don't have enough space. We got to make sure, okay, we have a ton of space, but that's not the case. It's not about space. Space, we got a ton of space. Could we use it a little bit more wisely? Probably. I'm not into, whatever. I'm not judging. But that's the thing. We had to nip it in the bud, dude. We just can't have like people just coming and going without, you gotta track shit, dude. And I agree. To a certain degree, you gotta track shit, but we could have had just regular IDs, but that's the thing. It's the thing with regular IDs, whatever form they come in, it could always be replicated, duplicated, ripped up, flushed down the toilet, eaten up, chewed out, spit out, digested, regurgitated. The cycle goes on. That's what it is. So that's the problem with IDs. But if you have something like inside you where you can and you can't take it out, boom, that's what it is. That's where the future is at, dude. Let's get a little bit more, because we don't want to just go willy-nilly with this whole like situation. And you're right, we don't want to go willy-nilly you want to make sure that you're getting a good population going, and it's important because we're doing nation building. We're nation building and we're doing construction, which is super. And we're privileged, right? But that's the thing, that's just sometimes it's good to think about all aspects of things, Sometimes it's just good to, let's, I don't know. I mean, been reading a few articles. We got the Charter of Rights and Freedoms in Canada. We're breaking more than a few laws and rules right now. And I'm not a lawyer. That's why I depend on smart people, beautiful people, them lawyers. Where are you at right now? All right, let's get to work. Do we need to go out there and do certain things? And what are the things that we can do, right? That's the question that I'm asking myself, because it's like at one point, what can we do? You gotta take, I believe in talking. I believe in listening, talking. I'll hear you out, you hear me out. We'll talk, we'll listen, we'll sort things out through talking and listening. But sometimes you gotta take action. That action, I'm just like, because we want to keep things civil. You don't want to just start, doing whatever it is that some people do. We're the cool, calm, and collected gang. That's right. So what we're gonna do is just talk and listen and hope that people start broadening their horizon a little bit, widen that angle, step back a little bit. You take a few steps back. Oh, we're getting closer. Take a few steps back though. Take a few steps back, and then take a few more steps back, and look at everything from a greater grander perspective, and let's all try. That's the thing. I'm not saying I've got I don't know nothing, dude. I ain't got no answers, but I'm just trying to figure out where we going with this. How far is this going to seep down into our society? How far is this going to, are we going to take it, next thing oh, Jillian's got the cough, dude. What kind of cough is it? Let's check her robot inside her. Beep, bop, boop, beep, boop, boop. Oh, yellow lights coming up. You got the yellow lights. You gotta go indoors today. And it's just a little bit risky right now where we're headed at. In Canada, at least, I don't know. I see it sometimes in other places in the world too. There's beautiful things happening all the time. There's individuals living their bestest lives. Fantastic, dude. But that's the thing. Are we not crossing some lines here? Are we not breaking some laws? Are we not? And what does the average citizen do? How do we take action? Sometimes you'd hope that there's going to be some sort of an election with a representative who might have opposing ideas, something that stands out. But then you look at all the candidates and they're more or less the same, and that's why you go out there and vote and you're like, well, nothing really changed. Well, because everybody's saying and doing the same thing. And you wonder why the parties are not standing out. Because you're doing the same thing. People see it. You might be trying, which is fantastic. Every day, get up and try. Try your best. Try your hardest. And that's the thing. People change their minds. I've definitely changed my mind on a lot of subjects, on a lot of topics, and I'll continue to change my mind and reevaluate things as we go on. But that's the thing. You want change, you got to do something a little bit different, right? Right now, it seems a little bit counterintuitive. Seems like we're gonna, by not giving access to we're segregating society, dude. It's that segregated society. We're in it right now. We're in it. It baffles me. It's surprising that we don't. I don't know what it is. Every week we do have protests. Every week we do have, people talking. It's, I wonder what it's going to take. I wonder what it's going to take. I wonder where we're going to go with it. And I just, little concerned here and there, but luckily we don't have any points of reference. This is brand new territory. So we get to discover it all again, which is fantastic. So let's see where this goes. But if you want to change your mind, you can. And we've always been a proponent of science. We've always been pushing we're all about science and facts here, okay? For the most part, the science is there. The science is there. Most people, if you want to go get the vaccines, go get the vaccines. The benefits far outweigh the negatives, fair enough. But there's also other facts. There's also, it's just facts. It is what it is. If you get COVID, and you get that virus in your system, you're immune. It works even a little bit better than the vaccines. I'm not saying don't get the vaccine. We've never said that. Go get the vaccines if you want to. But research has not been finished on these bad boys and bad gals. And coercing individuals to take any sort of medicine without their consent, without their full knowledge of the outcomes, it's a little bit risky, dude. It's a little bit risky. And even if it's tested and proven, I don't believe in, forcing things down people's throats for any reason. It's a complicated topic, right? Complicated topic, but I don't think we're doing the right things. In certain aspects, I really don't feel like we're doing the right things. Young boys, I've been reading articles. Myocarditis, dude, that inflammation of the heart. Next thing you know, and it's not gonna happen all the time. It's probably an anomaly. Chances are you'll be good, but it doesn't mean that it can happen. It doesn't mean that your young boy is not susceptible to catching that inflated heart, man. As a matter of fact, I remember, walking around teenagers with their hearts, dude. I remember having a heart when I was a teenager, inflated on a regular basis anyway. That's just due to medical. That's the thing. This is what we're getting at. We're discussing personal medical conditions and shit. This is uncharted territories. How much more of our look at what's happened in the past 10, 20 years, and in terms of what we've given up with our just everyday information. We go online, I take part of it, I do it, you guys all participate on your own. Everybody does different, but everybody, for the most part, majority of people are on these social media networks. You're on, you've subscribed to this, you've subscribed to that, you're giving away information here, there, everywhere. Before, man, we used to keep things a little bit personal, right? A little bit of sharing is good. I'm all about the sharing. Here I put a lot of myself out there, but that's the thing. To some degree, it's because I like to do it. To some degree, it's because it's of my own free will and decision, to a certain degree, right? It's not like somebody's forcing me to do this or forcing me to share ideas and thoughts and feelings and emotions. It's what I choose to do. It is what it is. But when you're forced to do something, even if it's for free, greater good, whatever it is, if it's forced, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't have the desired outcome. It's just my 2 cents. But what can we do? Can we get a class action? I don't know what it takes. Do we have to get a class action lawsuit against? Because that's the thing. There are laws that protect the pharmaceutical companies. If there's any adverse effects, you can't really go out there and be like, well, yeah, I had myocarditis, or I had a blood clot, I had a whatever the case may be. Can you go out there and sue the pharmaceutical companies? If I'm not mistaken, they're protected. You can't touch them. So these are, who do we take action against? How do we make sure that our bodily autonomy is a little bit preserved, a little bit protected? Who's looking out for your bodily autonomy? You should be looking after it. Nobody else. You shouldn't give that power up. We shouldn't give these powers up. I'm very concerned because these are just, the beauty of it is right now it's both beautiful, but it's a little bit concerning too. It's at that point where it's a mandate, it's not law. So I hope that our Charter of Rights and Freedoms can be used to hopefully make these mandates disappear. Because right now we're just, we're squeezing a wedge in between people in society. Oh, your business? Well, nah, your business isn't essential. People can't have access to it. Even though it doesn't make sense. And that's the thing, if you want the vaccine, go get the vaccine. The majority of people who ever wanted it has gotten it. You're good. You are good on your side. And everything else, we gotta take, we take risks all the time, man. Risk, it's one of the most best features of life, dude. If life didn't have any risks, oh my God, what a bore. What a snooze fest, dude. What a snooze fest if we didn't have risks. And every day we get up there and do different things for our jobs too that are quite risky, all of us, right? For your job, for your regular day-to-day activity, you get in an airplane, you get behind a car, you go on a bike ride, you go jogging. You just regular old life, you're going on a cross-country camping trip with your hobby. Next thing you know, you're disappeared, dude. Life's risky, but there's an element of fun to that risk. There's a little bit of adventure. Man, I don't know what's gonna happen. I might just go missing today. Hopefully you don't. That's rare. It doesn't happen too often, but it doesn't mean that it can't happen. It doesn't mean that, maybe you just joined a brand new gang. You're excited. You're doing it. I'm not saying go do it, but maybe you did it. Maybe you're already knee deep in a gang and they give you your first gat. You're out there just gatting. Gat. You're excited. And you got yourself 2. And maybe you got 3. I don't know how many gats they gave you. How many is there a bare minimum of gats that you get? Does it come with the questions that because I've thought about many things, contemplated many things. Do you get a vest with badges? Do you get a vest with no badge? 1 gun, 2 gun? How does it work? But you're excited. You're out there. You put one inside your drawers, dude. It's in there, ready to go. You got another one, maybe strapped to your ankle or your cankle, dude. I don't know. Maybe you're a big fella or a big lady. Maybe you got cankles. It's okay. Similar situation. If you get one of those easy to use armbands, but for the cankles or the ankles, the holsters, one size fits all. If it's as easy as it was for me to put on that, captain's armband for the cell phones. Bop, 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 boop, beep, beep, beep. Hello. It's fantastic. You get things done quick. Right there. Right? You're taking risks. And you're happy. You're going out there. You've joined a gang. It's beautiful. They've given you a vest. You got to work to get the patches. It's kind of like Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts. You got to work yourself up the ladder. But you're excited. You're just your eyes are glistening. Your smiles. You're just smiling because you're happy. You've made friends, family. Finally, it's so relieved. It's just a feeling of relief and just because you just want to get out there and like merge and belong, right? Next thing you know, you get out into a situation where you forgot to wear a belt, dude. You forgot to wear a belt. Your pants are a little bit loose. The gun falls on the ground. Oh, boom! You shoot yourself right in the shoulder. I can't raise my arm to call 911. Don't worry, because if you have that Jamesh or Gmash or God, why couldn't you guys just pick any word, dude? As long as it was English, they're like, let's toss in some letters in there. That's what they said. Gemag. What were you guys thinking, dude? But if you got it right there, and even if you're shot on the shoulder, like let's say it catches you on the wrist, dude. You caught it on the, and you can't. But you got that captain's armband cell phone cover. Captain's armband runner cell phone coverage. For the runners, you got it strapped to you. 911. What's your emergency? They'll say like, hey, freak accident on the job. But that's the thing, you're on the job. It's okay. You got insurance. It's clocking those hours. Make sure they know. See, sometimes it's good that certain things. It's good to know that where you're. Like if you're at work, it's good to know where you're at. Like that's the thing. So it'd be at the end of the month. Going off to your gang, you're like, I've put up. They're like, how many did you do this month? Did you hit your target? You're like, I hit all my targets. That's the thing. In the beginning, you might not even know. You got to have targets. They'll be like, we need 15. You got to put 15 up. Every individual's got to put 15 up. You got to put the body, because that's the thing. We count on bodies. That's what it is. You got to put whatever the task may be. I'm just like using that as an example. Maybe your job's like, I don't know, scooping ice cream or gang affiliated activities, whatever it may be. But you got a target to hit. Okay? So things need to be tracked to a certain degree, but at the same time, life's risky, dude. Maybe you're out there just like scooping ice cream. You think accidents can't happen at a scooping event, dude? You never know. You walk in there, it's 5:30 in the morning. You got to get the shop going, everything's the lights were out, electricity went out. You had electricity that was out from the night before. You had no idea. You open a door, just a pool of melted ice cream. Next thing you know, it's inching to you. Dun 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 dun, and it's ice cream, dude. Risky shit out there. We're talking dairy, or maybe you're lactose intolerant, and it's getting closer. Ton of space behind you, but it's not like you can go back. You work. You got to take responsibility. Risks. Evaluate every situation. Now all of a sudden you got melted ice cream, and you literally can't go back. You just, for whatever reason it may be, probably psychological, but for whatever reason it may be, you can't go back. You can only step forward. You're that type of go-getter that can't take steps back. You only know how to move forward, and that's like a part of this show is basically always moving forward. So maybe you got that mindset. Maybe you got that go-getter mindset. You're always taking steps forward. Ice cream, melted ice cream, seeping through your shoes. It's ruined, dude. It's ruined. Your Air Force Ones. Oh man, no bueno. Does it kind of look dope? Can you take a picture of it and kind of get, maybe you want to do a collab later. Maybe a little bit of melted ice cream on top of a shoe. Never been done before. Next thing you know, life gives you lemons, you gotta squeeze it, make lemonade, baby. That's what I'm saying. Your store's been melted, everything's been, there's a fire going on, but next thing you know, you got yourself a collab, because half your Air Forces have been covered with that rocky road, melted ice cream on top of it, little cherry just sitting on top. It's like, whoa, I'd like to wear that. Next thing you know, life changed. And why? Because he took a risk. He took a risk, and you said yes. When people were recruiting out on the streets, You said yes when you could have said no. You said yes because where people saw fear and danger, you saw opportunity, and maybe not the best opportunity, but maybe that's all you got. You got to make the best of it, right? And again, take everything with a pinch or like a whole full bag of salt and pepper, but like, take it there. Take it. Take it. So maybe that's the thing. Maybe we need to get a little bit more segregated. Let's have more talks and discussions about this. It's been done before, but maybe that's the thing. And with like many things, like it doesn't work, we're like, it wasn't done because we didn't do it right, right? That's what we're teaching in the universities right now. Still up until this day. You go spend 20 to 40 grand and they're teaching you in these social science departments stuff about, like, Marxism. Why? And then we wonder why, there's so many like divisions and free, because that's the thing. It hasn't been done before, right? It wasn't done before like the correct way. There was no good way of that, like the way they did it. It can be done better. And that's what it is. Maybe this is the thing we're doing with segregation. We're like, you know what? Last few times it was just, it started off with a little bit of hygiene and social cleansing, and the next thing you know, a few weeks, months later, we ended up like just forget about the hygiene, forget about the cleanliness of society. Let's just focus on the race aspect of it. Let's just do a little bit of race cleansing. It didn't start. That's the thing. You think these things start off just with like racism and like, it's the little things. It's the little things that go a long way. It all start, and that's the thing. They want you to be angry at your neighbor. They want you to be angry at your friends, your family members. Get into divisions. But instead of coming together, understanding that every person's life is very much individualistic. There's so many different aspects of so many things that every person has to get up every day and consider. How many things? And we're brilliant, right? We always talk about merging with computers and this, that, and we already are the greatest functioning things out there. One of the best, amongst the best humans. Squishy, beautiful, functioning computers on different levels, clicking with each other, doing wonderful things. But how many things do you calculate? But you already auto-calculate so many different things, right? You're doing it. Your processor's quick, boy. Lady boy. Whatever you're into, dude. I don't care. Point is, we gotta take so many things into consideration. What job do you take? What risks do you take? How much risk do you want to take? What do you want to do for a living? What don't you want to do for a living? What do you want to do with your time? Where do you want to spend your time? So many different things, right? But it's all into like what suits me doesn't necessarily suit another person. What suits another person necessarily doesn't suit their brother or sister or something. And that's the beauty of life. We got this big, beautiful, it's that trail mix, baby. Dip in there. It's all a mix. It's not the same batch every time. It's a different batch. And you want a different batch. Life's all about different batches, baby. You feel me, dude? Let's get a little bit of... But that's the thing. Right now, we're at that point where like we can definitely go... the emergency brake. Skirt. We're going through the fences and into the woods. But we can turn it around. You can always turn things around. Matter of fact, you can keep turning and turning and turning, and next thing you know, we're doing, we're spiraling, and it's beautiful because everything's got that, nature's all about that spirals. It's all about spirals. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it's good to have fun. We're just, tickling each other's brains from afar. I hope I get to see some of you guys sometime in the near future. But still, we're gonna have to learn to live with our differences, because not everybody's gonna agree with you on everything. You can't be getting mad at everybody for every little thing that they don't agree with you. And we can't be forcing people to live life the way we see fit. It doesn't make sense in any shape or form. It doesn't matter what lens you're looking at. It doesn't matter if it's the scientific lens or the, religious lens or philosophical lens. Whatever it is, man, some people are just different. That's just what it is. You're gonna have to live with it. We're gonna have to love each other and use more love to conquer our personal and societal demons. That's again one of the underlying tones of this whole podcast. I hope to be able to, you know, spread a little bit of love and joy, both within my own world and for people out there as well. And remember that it just takes all of us to make this puzzle make sense. It's not, you can't just get the same piece and try to like duplicate it and fit it, because you're gonna get, your puzzle's fucked, dude. If you're just taking the same piece and trying to replicate it, no bueno. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all the love and support. Thank you for letting me do this and, you know, being a part of my journey and allowing me to be a part of yours. You know, it's, we share a lot together. Gonna be definitely back here again for this Saturday edition, baby, because Saturday is all about the Patreon fans. And things are picking up little by little, but we gotta pace ourselves. We're heading into fall. Winter's right around the corner. I'm hoping for things to be going back to a normal, and I hope that it can be managed and dealt with through just talking and listening. And we'll leave it on that note today. I hope you guys have all a wonderful start to your weekends. Go get it out there, whatever it is that you're doing. Be safe, have fun, treat each other with love and respect, and sending you guys all a ton of love. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back here again tomorrow for the Patreon edition. In the meantime, go ahead and like the likes on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Search Rob Sadri on YouTube so you get the full-length videos. And you want to support your boy financially, do a little bit of fiscal supporting, baby. Go on Patreon, do it up. I'll talk to y'all very soon. Peace out.